Hey all, this is Paige Norman, the Computer Science Department's Advisor and Outreach Coordinator. I wanted to just give you a quick tour of Mattermost so you know what to expect when you jump on. First thing, logging in. If you go to chat.cs.jmu.edu, what you want to do is go down to GitLab, and then in the LDAP, you'll log in with your JMU ID, just the part before the @ symbol, and your EID password, and then you should be able to sign in. From there, you'll have the web version, but I definitely recommend downloading the desktop app just so it's easier to keep track of the conversation and notifications. So let's jump over there. This is my desktop app. One of the options you have is to change the colors, so mine might look a little bit different than yours. When you first start off, you are popped into Town Square. Everybody is in this channel. So right now we have 323 members from the department here. And this is the place, if you want to share information with everybody in the department, you would post it here. For example, I posted that there was the chat available for JMU students. And one of the things I like about Mattermost is I got these reactions from it. I didn't get a notification about it. No one had to reply and say thanks. I just get that sort of warm glow in my tummy that people appreciated me sharing this information. So for Town Square, these are conversations that need to be happening with the whole department. Everything else is broken into different channels that are focused around a topic or a purpose. So from these public channels, if you go to more, you can scroll through. These just happen to be the ones I'm following, but whatever your interests are, whatever classes you're in, this would be the place to find and join these public channels. And I love how democratic Mattermost is. Anyone can create a new channel. So if you think there's a topic that would be important within our department, go for it. Once you get there, you can invite people to it. If other people see it, they can join it. From these channels, let me go to a different one like coffee. I can go up here and I can mute channel or set my notification preferences. So depending on how important a topic is, coffee, I might just jump in once every couple of days, see what people are drinking, see how Dr. Bowers is doing. For the channels that I need to really follow, I can hit the star and favorite it. It'll pop up here, and these are the ones I'm keeping kind of close tabs on because they're more connected to my daily work. So from here, you can see that we can Dr. Bowers. He has his profile image up and his name here, so I'm quite confident I have the right person. I can just see, what are you drinking today? And if this is, and then from here he can either add a reaction or reply to the thread. Also, I can edit this if I need to. If this is something I need to follow up on, I find this really helpful, especially I have a bad habit of going through my apps on my phone right before I go to bed. And so if someone has sent me an important message that I need to follow, I'll flag it here. And then when I wake up in the morning, I can hit this button and get a chronological list of all of the messages that I flagged that I need to follow up on. I find that super useful to kind of prioritize the content that's sort of streaming through Mattermost. So in addition to public channels, we also have private channels. Don't look at these are private. I created one of them and invited people to it. Other ones I had to get invited to. But unlike public channels, you can't just browse them and find them. Whoever created them needs to invite you to them. In addition to private channels, you have direct messages. If you just want to have conversations back and forth between one person or multiple people, you can select to have multiple direct messages. But I would encourage you to, the purpose of Mattermost is to have more sort of public, you think of them as like hallway conversations. And one of the things I love about Mattermost is if I'm thinking about, let's say, Mac user groups, I can jump into this and sort of see what the conversation has been without having to ask people to repeat the question. If I need to find certain information, I can do a search and see if anybody's been talking about it. It makes it much more easy to find and access information. And then a quick caution on that point is that you don't want to be I would encourage all of you to really focus on having this communication in Mattermost, because if you're doing email as well and messaging in Canvas and maybe a group meet, it's going to be really hard to track down where certain conversations happen. So if you're really thoughtful about where you're going to be talking about coffee, and you always know to go to the coffee channel to have the coffee conversations, it'll just make your life a little bit easier. Speaking of making life a little bit easier, I also encourage all of you to go up to your profile and go into account settings. And from here, you can add your full name. This will be really helpful because a lot of people just have their EIDs and we're not always sure who they are. You can also add a nickname just so it's super clear that people can find you. So that's my quick overview. If you have any questions, you know what you can do. You can go into the Mattermost channel and just tag me at Paige. Oh, I can't tag myself. How sad is that? Oh, one last tip. I'm not going to show it to you, but here you always have yourself as a direct message. So I always have trouble embedding GIFs when I send them. So I'll test them out by messaging them to myself first and see if they work. All right. Happy chatting.